Welcome to Willina Crochets. Hello to my new and returning viewers, and thank you to my new and returning subscribers. This podcast is about crocheting, having fun, and playing with yarn. Playing with different types of yarn from 1-ply to 4-ply yarn. For this month of March, episode 18th, we are celebrating National Crochet Month. And I will show you some finished objects, some works in progress, and some new yarn acquisitions. Let's begin. What am I wearing? I'm wearing my black and cream crochet sweater made with test designer yarns in their nylon yarn and their 100% merino wool yarn. The design is using variegated yarn, and it formed its own pattern. And I use single crochet, double crochet, some lacy stitches combined in here under directional crochet or modular crochet. So this is the sweater here. As you can see, the design here with the ribbon yarn formed its own color variations. And I thought it came out really nice because you see some dark spots, some light spots. But it came out really nice, I think, by just letting it crocheting with and letting the yarn fall as it may. And then the bottom is made with the 100% merino wool. So are the sleeves and in the back. And as you can see, I started here from top to bottom, and then I worked on the sides, and it created a different variation of the yarn when I went to the sides, as you can see. But it's the same yarn used in the front and on the sides. I will post a picture here so that you can see the front and the back, and you can see the changes I made to this sweater. This sweater was made several years ago, and I put like a furry, poofy bottom to the bottom of the sweater, but I wanted to wear it more often than just on special occasions. So I removed the furry bottom, and then I added an additional row. I added additional rows of single and double crochet to complete it and to make it a little bit longer than just leaving it here. I love the way the black and white yarn worked together, and I had so much left over when I completed the sweater that I wanted to use it again. And I realized that I didn't have enough of this black and white, but I wanted to mix it with some more black and white yarn. So I purchased some yarn from the knit kit, and this is called Cookies and Cream, the Nantucket Yarn Kitchen. This is 100% merino, 246 yards, and this is 4-ply. So what I decided to do, here's the label, sorry. Here's the label of the yarn. So what I decided to do that I would combine the two of them together and create a top. And when it's completed, I will show you. But I just love the way the black and white combination works together. And they're both like on a cream side, so they're pretty close together. The month of March also features St. Patrick's Day, and it would not be complete if I didn't create a top for this day. So on this day, I wore this top. This is my green inspired St. Patrick's Day top. And what I did is I used a lacy stitch on the top and the bottom in the same pattern, and then I added some tapestry crochet in the middle and also on the back. And because of the green and white yarn that I used, I ran out of it, so I had to add another color, and I thought the white went lovely with the completion of the top. And then on the sides, to make it a little lacy and open, I just used 3 double crochets in a chain to create the lacy stitch. So the yarns that I used were dark olive from I Love This Yarn, and the other one I used was Sage Advice from I Love This Yarn, and that's the mixture of the variegated green and white. And the reason I had to add the red hard soft white is because I ran out of the greens, and I was nowhere near a Hobby Lobby, and so I decided to mix the top with soft white to complete it. And I think the soft white added a nice touch to the top and blended in well because I used the solid green with the variegated green and off-white. And I'll post a picture here so that you can see the top. The design for the top of this top came from the new Crochet magazine, Summer 2022. And in the design, in the magazine for this design is a cardigan, and it's called the Dahlia cardigan. But I didn't want to complete a whole lacy cardigan with this. I love the lacy pattern, so I just followed the stitch diagram for the top and the bottom. So what I did is, where the blue started here, I just went up and then did it again for the top and the bottom, and I think it came out really nice. So once again, here's the lacy stitch here and on the bottom. You'll see it better in the picture because the bottom is backed by a green. I think you see it a little bit better here because this is the lighter green. So another top that I completed was my diamond inspired pink and soft teal top. Here I love the combination of the pink and the teal, so I created a triangle effect in the front with a v-neck, and then on the back I did a triangle back by dividing the back in half. And then, just to make it a little longer so it wouldn't be so cropped, I added a lacy stitch, which is a shell. Hopefully you can see the shell stitch here. I think the pink and the teal together came out really nice as a wonderful combination. The next item that I want to show you, I had completed last year, but I wanted to bring it up because it had the green to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and I thought the green and the orange was a lovely combination together. And as you can see, I used a variety of stitches. I used lacy stitches with shell stitches, single. I used tapestry crochet in the design, and then in the front I used bobbles, as you can see on the bottom, with double crochet and single crochet. But what I changed was, this was just a wrap, and what I decided was that it was easier because it was kind of long to make it like a poncho. So what I did is I just sewed up the side and connected the sides together, and then left an opening so that one side would be closed and then this would be open when I wore it. And I'll post a picture of the design here. But I think it worked better as a poncho as opposed to a shawl, because I had too many shawls. With the poncho, you could just throw this over you and go out the door not worrying about it falling off or trying to hold it. So that's why I like the poncho idea better. And here it is once again. That concludes my finished objects. So now we'll move on to some works in progress. One item that I'm working on is a shawl, and this is a shawl here. And I think the colors are really nice. And it's made with Karen Skinny Cakes, and it's called Melon Smoothie. So this is a yarn here where you can see a variety of the colors, from the white to the peach to like tan colors and blues. And I think it's working up really nicely. And this is the second shawl that I created for the month. The first shawl I donated to Rose Like Crochet. She runs a charity event all year long for Wings, a domestic violence shelter, in which they ask for donated items. And for the month of March, shawls was being asked to be donated, so I donated one shawl to her. The next item I'm working on is this denim top for the summer. And what I decided to do was use the Rowan denim yarn in light blue and dark blue. But because I didn't have enough, I decided that I wanted to add some other yarn with it to complete the top. So what I did is I used directional crochet, modular crochet to create the top. I created the center, and then I worked on the sides, and then I worked on the bodice from here up to the shoulders. And I think the colors work really nice together. And so for the blue and white, this is the yarn here. And it's called it's from Ancient Arts Yarn. It's called Socknado. It's 80% superwash fine merino and nylon. It's finger and weight, 385 yards. And the color is t-shirt and jeans. And I think it came out really nice with the Rowan denim, which is a little bit heavier. But with the lighter yarn, I can get a better fit. and it will hang nicely and not be so heavy when I wear it. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna have enough of all of these two yarns, so I'm thinking about adding the Sheep Jazz Cantona yarn in cream. So that concludes my works in progress. So now I will show you some acquisitions. I went to Joann's Crafts and I purchased some yarn, but I also purchased some fabrics because I want to make a nice little knapsack that I can carry around. And I fell in love with this quilted yarn, and it's really pretty. The bag's not going to be that big because what I want to do is use this as the front and then do a reversible pocket on the front because it has a different side on the other side, and I think the two of them working together looks really nice. So once I've completed that, I will post a picture. I'm not sure if I'm gonna line it inside, but I also want the two colors to show on the outside. So one of the items that I want to show you is my raffle winnings. I had attended the Vogue virtual meeting online, and I had attended the Rowan presentation, and they had a raffle and I won. So what I won was a copy of the Rowan magazine number 71. In addition, which I didn't know, was I could pick any design from this magazine and they would send me the yarn for it. I don't knit, but I crochet, and I knew I could replicate a knitting design in crochet if it was like tapestry crochet or fair out. So the design I chose to make was this one here, this cardigan here, and the cardigan is created by Arnie and Carlos, and it's called Scrapbook. And it has a simple shape, and it gives you the chart to follow. And the yarn that they recommended for this pattern was the cotton cashmere by Rowan. So let me bring the box over. So this is a yarn that was sent for the sweater, and it has a little bit more balls than it's supposed to because when they originally sent the box, it was torn. And I'm not sure if somebody went in there or because it was torn, yarn balls fell out of the box. So I informed them of that, and they replaced it. And that's why I have a few extras. So this should be enough to create a crochet sweater. So I'm excited to start working on this with all the colors and all the changing of with all the color work. And the yarn feels really nice. And this is a yarn here. Cotton cashmere, and it has a variety of colors, and this is a 50-gram ball. 1 second. And it says made in Italy, and it's 85% cotton and 85% cotton and 15% cashmere, and it feels really nice and looks really nice. I'm so excited. I'm so happy I won. I didn't even know. So that was a great surprise. I'm so happy. That concludes this episode. Thank you for watching. And remember, no yarn is off limits when crocheting. Have a great day.